The tennis library is on fire. You can go in and save one book. What are you yanking out of there?
What is it? Ooh.
I'll give you this.
Oh God, that's easy.
You ever do this? Here, you ever do this one?
No, no. This is the easiest question that's ever been asked. I would read it over and over and over and over again. Open is my favorite book that I've ever read, and that's Andre's book. I'm so Cards on the Table. Andre's my idol. I'm a homer. I'm a fan. Always have been a fan. I also think there are two types of books that athletes write post-career, and this was neither. The two types generally are 600 pages of I'm awesome or 300 pages of throwing other people under the bus and telling stories that, will have an impact negatively on other people, potentially. You rarely see someone who has iconic status and is generally beloved throw themselves back into the gutter, right? My wife read this book when it came out and said, I think I understand you better because I read this book. The pressures, what you're saying going in, she goes, I think I understand you more in what I, view as like a bad mood is a stressor. And so that's the book. And the little tidbit, Andre did one of the coolest things, and it's typical for him, but so he was retired. Obviously he'd been retired 2 years when this book comes out. I think everyone kind of knows it's coming out, but it's like 2 months before it actually gets released. And he calls me and he says, hey, just a heads up, this book's coming out. I said, okay. He goes, I'm not going to tell you what to say. Obviously, I would never do that. There's some weird shit in this book. I know that you're going to be asked about it. What I don't want is for it to be released, you to be asked about it, and you don't have the chance to actually call me and say, what the fuck is this? So either call me or don't call me. This might be the last time we talk, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to overnight you a copy of the book on your word that you're not going to let anyone else read it and yada, yada, yada. So I got to read it, digest it. I didn't end up calling him back because I didn't need clarification, because it was just this raw, honest look inward. I got this right. I got this wrong. I thought it was a pretty clear reckoning of oneself, but I appreciated that gesture and not, kind of letting a friend get blindsided by your drama.
Great answer. Digression real quick.
Sure.
There's a third category of the athlete book, which is cash grab. Some publisher says, hey, we'll give you, $500,000. I know one story where the athlete, I did one of these books, but it was with Al Michaels, who was actually a great storyteller. It was a lot of fun. But I've had other, and I know one, and the athlete said, I'll only do it if I can do it while I'm on the treadmill. So the athlete would talk on the treadmill. Somebody would ask questions, and that's how little investment. In Andre's case, he bought J.R. Moore. I mean, he liked this book, Tender Bar. He said, that's the guy I want telling my story. This was not at the time, now he's quite well known and has sort of become this famous ghostwriter. He was not particularly well known. Andre said, I love it. That's my guy. Bought him a house in Vegas, moved him out there. He lived there for like a year. To me, this book was a winner before I read page one, just because of how invested Andre was in this. Whatever the opposite of half-assing is, this was absolutely the other extreme, and he sort of got out of it what he put in, which is like, this is the bet. You go to every meeting, every pitch you go to, this is the benchmark. Part of it is the content, but part of it is because of the commitment Andre had to it. Anyway, good answer.